Hello, Shadowhunters, Mundanes, and Downworlders. Welcome to my discussion on Shadowhunters Episode 12, Malec. If you've seen my other videos, you know how thrilled I am about Alex. But I love Magnus, adore Magnus, will always love Magnus. This episode wasn't as bad as I feared it would be, because I was like, oh my gosh, so much Alex. No. Let's just get on with this discussion. Yeah, I'm spaz, I know. Okay, don't mean seeing it was Izzy's planning the wedding. I don't know how maybe she did know that this was all yeah, I think she does know it's fake. Anyway. And Jace is trying to figure out how to wake Jocelyn so he can find Valentine and kill him, or kill him and all that lovely stuff. Oh, and the next scene is Claire and Alex talking, and Alex asks Claire how her mom's doing, Jocelyn's doing, and thanks him. She thanks him for helping to find her, and Alex thanks her for giving back the cup. So and helping helping saving Izzy. Yeah, I was kind of shocked that because Claire's tried several times to talk to Alex, and he's kind of shut her down like every single time. So it's kind of nice that they actually had a sweet moment. It's kind of weird. I was like, this is nice but weird at the same time. Yeah, I agree with Miranda from Reader's Skeeter. She agrees with me that the show is about Clary's the main character. Therefore, her and Jace are the main ship. And Simon is even like a main character because he's Clary's, best friend. A lot of people lose sight of that. I mean, I don't care if you love all three ships. That's cool, but to put so much emphasis on a side couple is kind of like weird. Because, if you don't like the main character and who she's with or he's with, why are you reading it? Because you're seeing the story from her point. Anyway, enough about that rant. I know I get off onto a tangent here. Sorry, I apologize. Okay, the next scene is I'm going to see Magnus because Magnus called him or texted him earlier in the day, and Magnus wanted to toast, make a toast and all that, and Alec rejected him. I don't know why Magnus still tries so hard. I mean, Alec has shut you down so many times. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, and then, there's a whole, Max explaining how love feels to Alec. I don't know if he was spelling him a little bit. Oh, I know he blew magic onto him at one point, but I meant with the whole touching his heart thing that Alec did. I don't know if that was quite all Alec's idea, but anyway. I mean, Max's heart is in his eyes. I mean, it's clearly is anyway. Of course, Alex being a beep. Fill in the beep. Guess he wasn't that saying. He was just being mean. I was like, Magnus knows a lot more than you do. He's been around longer. And Max is one of his lines he's used before in this season, actually. He's like, I will not ask again. It's like, as you shouldn't. I mean, you have to have some dignity, Magnus. I mean, I wonder if Alex played this hard to get in the books. Because we didn't really get to see much of them. Because they're side characters. But anyway. Next, Clary calls Simon. And Simon wants to see Jocelyn. And Clary, meaning this as purely friendship, because that's all she's ever felt for Simon, invites him to the wedding. He's like, oh, get like, oh my god, I got it. You didn't have, did she once, Simon, love you, Simon. But before Jace, she met Jace, which wasn't all that long ago, did she ever show interest in you? I'm thinking that's a big fat no. She loves you as a friend. She's never going to love you more than that. I mean, we've known each other for years. If she hasn't fallen for you by now, she's not going to. I love and adore Simon, but the way they have him act right now, it's like, nope. I want to see. Yeah, I'm a musical dork. Whatever. Anyway, Jace and Clary have an awkward conversation about her training. Like, I practiced my right hook and just like, oh, that's a good punch. Sorry, that was so bloody awkward. It was about as awkward when Alex was trying to flirt with that lady at the precinct. Just as awkward. It was like, and then Max like wished they could have had this meeting at his place. He's like, you have like cocktails and all that, and Clary's like, it's only 9 a.m. And Max like, well, it's happy hour somewhere, my dear. It's funny. Anyway, of course, because he didn't want to be there because Alex is there, and he didn't want to run into him for obvious reasons. Oh, then they can't start the meeting until Hodge is there because he has intel that they don't. And then Hodge arrives, and then he shows a picture of like, you know, the warlocks that are supposedly more powerful than Magnus. There's no such thing. But then they're like, he's like, Wagner is not more powerful than me. And like Hodge's like, well, he's older than you, and he's certainly not wiser than me. the remarks he had about Wagner was like freaking hilarious. My God, that was cracked me up. I like how it's like, it's such a serious show, but they'll like, just with the book, like the books, they insert some, comedy in there, but not too much where like like knock-knock jokes or something. But anyway. Oh, and for some reason they cut the discussion like in the meeting like way short. Like, oh yeah, it's Wagner that must have made the potion for Jocelyn. Okay. Well, I already knew Wagner was going to be in this episode, so that wasn't a surprise. Obviously, I've known for ages that he was going to be on there. Yes, I'm going to say it. He should have been green. There. Got that out of the way. Don't think he has horns either, or does he? I don't remember, but I know he's green. Just like Katrina is blue. And Max has cat eyes all the time, not just when he uses his magic. But nobody's eye color is right on the show. I mean, Alec isn't, Jace's isn't, Clary's isn't. I know, that's just small details, it's not, like, vastly important, but... Anyway, okay, next... Oh, and Magnus is saying that Wagner's like hiding because Valentine's, was hunting down warlocks and witches and all that. I'm not gonna call female witches warlocks. It's like hiding in his house outside of London, and how he has to come on the mission with Jace and Clary because Wagner's kind of like really eccentric and he doesn't really trust many people. So Max has to be there, otherwise, you probably wouldn't talk to him. Sorry for the notebook, but there's like, I have like some things written down. There's no way in heck in such a short time I'm gonna remember all this, so please pardon me for looking down here or holding it up or whatever. Just doing my best, I promise. Yeah, and like I say every week, please feel free to have a nice, mature discussion in the comments, and please let me know if I'm doing a decent job on talking about this, or do I need to leave something out or add something to it. I know there's only like one more episode after this, so but there's always next season, so still don't get why we have to wait until next year for that. I mean, literally the Fosters, which is also on Freeform, their season just ended like a couple weeks ago, and the new season starts in June of this year. Pretty Little Liars season ends like 2 days later. There's a new season, or at least 2 weeks. Like, anyway, I'll get back to the episode, but still irks me. I have to wait almost a year for and they're gonna have a major cliffhanger. It's gonna tee us all off, or most of us. And then Alex shows up with Lydia, and Alex is like, well, why wasn't I invited to the meeting? And Jace is like, we just have to go recover Warlock, and Claire tells him what they need Wagner for and all that. And Lydia tells Magnus that they, it's nice to see him, but they have to meet with some people who are going to be at the wedding the next day. And kind of like when Magnus, said, you don't want to tarnish your family's perfectly crafted image, do you? Like, that was kind of like a challenge to Alec, like, like that. It's like, what do you have to say now, Alec? What? It would be funny if you did that. Oh, I hope the DVD has bloopers, please. Please, it'd be so funny. And then, Clary wants to talk to Jace, and of course he's being stubborn and pig-headed and doesn't want to talk about the whole brother-sister thing. Yet again, DNA test. Can they please wake up Jocelyn like next week? She goes, that's not your brother. Or do you guys have a test or something? Can we please shorten this freaking plot twist from hell? Make it much shorter than in the freaking books. Oh my gosh, I have all the stuff that happened to Clary and Jace. That one annoyed me the most, because it was like, for people who don't see that the plot twist is bulldooky, like me, that would be like totally gross, because like, brother and sister, ew. Ugh. No, I won't even read any books about that. I think I read or saw the movie about Flowers in the Attic when I was a kid, and I was like, oh no, never again. No, I can't do it. Mm-mm. Anyway. Yes, I'm back on track, I promise. Okay, then, Alec and Izzy are talking, and Izzy saying that now that this whole wedding's gonna happen, and their parents can come home and all that. And Izzy also tells him that, you know, he doesn't have to go through this wedding. And he's like, oh yeah, I do, because I can't think of any other better plan, or didn't talk to you or Jace about this first. And now I'm stuck into doing this. And then she wants to plan a bachelor party. That's a mundane thing. I don't get why this wedding was so mundane. I mean, besides the rune exchange thing, that was the only, like, Shadowhunter-y. Yeah, Shadowhunter is a word, people. I just made it up. Except for they were wearing gold stuff, but Alec looked like he was going to the prom. I mean, that suit, he totally looked like he was going. I mean, Lydia's wearing his beautiful, gorgeous dress. And has her hair all done up, and he looks like he's going to senior prom. And Jace is wearing a leather suit. And the vest looked nice, but the leather suit thing's like, I didn't get that. But anyway. I have Silent Brothers on here a lot. Where's Brother Zachariah? Where is he? Where is he? Is that Brother Enoch that's on there, or is it Brother... not Enoch, but, yeah, I'm blanking on that one. I want to say Jeremiah, but... Excuse me. Anyway. She said that normally, like, Jace would be throwing the bachelor party, but since he's going through all this drama with Clary... And then Jace, Clary, and Magnus go talk to Wagner, and then Clary and Jace. Well, Max is trying to talk to him about the whole brother and sister thing. Anyway, I'm getting a heck just talking about it. He's trying to help, and then Clary and Jace fight, and then Max is like, God, I'm trying to avoid my relationship drama by coming on this mission with you, well, along with, you know, helping Jocelyn, but... And then there was like that ring of fire, green fire, huh? We all know why it was green. And only the pure of heart can get through the fire. And of course, y'all know the only one who is actually pure of heart is Clary. I mean, I don't know why she was so surprised that Jace and Magnus couldn't get through. Maybe she thought if their intentions were pure, then they would be able to get through. I don't know, that could have been it too. Anyway. And then Clary enters Wagner's house, and you show this painting of Wagner, and like you go, well, is it just like one of those people that has portraits of themselves? Because there are people that actually have portraits of themselves in their own house. I'm like, yeah. But I go, he's in the painting. And Clary realizes and pulls him out. It's funny. And then he's just talking to, I don't know if he was talking to like this book or the chair, like arguing with it. I'm going, yeah, I think he's few grapes shy of a bunch. A little bit. I mean, he's basically harmless, but, you know. And then he, makes, oh, wait. Wagner asks Claire what does she have to offer him, and she's like, I'll give you anything. You should never say you'll give somebody, like, anything, because that could be literally anything. But it's like, oh, you know, like, then he made Magnus and Jace appear. And I was like, was that all that really necessary? It was like, all you had to offer me was your timeshare in Paris. The look on Magnus' face was priceless. And then they mentioned the Book of the White, which in the books, I'm pretty sure Wagner had that, but of course, to add drama, Camille has it. And it's on her. So they put the book in a necklace? I thought Camille was dead, actually. Anyway, which is the book that was in the alternate universe at Magnus's. And then when Magnus first, before Wagner goes to get something so they could use a locator spell to find the Book of White, which I just said is with Camille, but and Max is like, it's a little drab, isn't it? But his home, like, not that Max's home is all that dramatic. Well, we don't know what his bedroom looks like per se. That might be the only dramatic room in the house. I think his house looks like whatever mood he's in at the time. Anyway. And then Wagner gets attacked by a demon. Of course, it's a sax demon because there's only like 2 demons on this show. Well, actually, there's been like maybe 3, 4. But they keep using the same demon, like the Reveneer demon or the sax demon. Now there was that little other one, but anyway. And Wagner's still alive in the books, I'm pretty sure, so I don't know why they killed him off on the show. We don't want actor back, so you're gone. And Max, was holding him and called him his little cabbage. We all know what that's a reference to, people. If you've read the books, you know. But anyway. I'm sorry I'm repeating myself on something so much. Anyway, I apologize for that. I did feel bad for Magnus because him and Wagner have like known each other a long time, probably centuries, so I still don't get out of the... Oh, I guess, Jace said something about the firewall having to reset itself, but it's magical, it's not like electronic. Max tells him to leave and he makes a portal for Jace and Claire, and he said he'll get whatever Wagner stuff might be helpful for them and he'll look through it and get back to him. And Jace, then Jace and Claire get back to the Institute and Izzy invites him to the bachelor party and Jace is like, no, I don't have time for that, and I probably wouldn't want to go anyway. Because it's not really Alex's thing either, that's the thing. You shouldn't throw one of those unless both people getting married, like, want that kind of thing. You shouldn't just go, well, you automatically should have it just because you're getting... It's a mundane tradition anyway. I don't know if, like, bachelor party was code for getting Jace and Alex to talk. For Izzy, like, oh no, if I disguise it as a party, they'll both come, and then I'll just trick them into talking to each other. That may have been it the whole time. Izzy's a little sneaky. Oh, Jace thinks Lydia's a mole, who told Valentine where they were, so he can send the demon after him. I understand why he thought it was Lydia, because she's the only new person to the Institute. I mean, you wouldn't suspect who it was of doing that, because they've known that person a long time. So, I understand why Jace wouldn't have ever thought that person would do what they did. And Izzy warns Jace not to accuse Lydia without proof, which is a smart thing to do, obviously. Claire goes, out of all people, Claire goes talk to her. I don't know why Izzy couldn't go talk to her. But anyway. And then Jace is like, fine, but tell me everything she says, or something to that effect. Claire's not very good at interrogating people in a subtle way. She just kind of like blatantly acts, you overheard! Did you do this? Did you just... No. Kind of reminds me of like Lois on Smallville. She was like not subtle at all. She just straight up acting, you did it, blah, 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 blah. You did this, and this. Oh, no. Anyway. I knew Lydia didn't do it though. She's like, She said it was like, you know, if I was looking for Valentine, I would have turned the cup to him, gave him the cup already. It's like, and before all the accusations and stuff, I don't get why Lydia's nervous about the wedding. Like, it's not a real wedding. I don't get why she's nervous and acting like it's a real wedding. I mean, anyway. And Claire's like, oh, you know, it's like, I protect my family. Going, no. Duty to family is more important than personal desires. Nymphomer screwed up. So, your duty is more important than you ever being happy. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't think Izzy or Jace or Claire agree with that either, but... Yeah. And Claire's like, how do I trust you? And she's like, well, you're Valentine's daughter and I trust you. I'm going, she wasn't raised by Valentine. What does that have to do with anything? She's only known for a few weeks or so that Valentine's her father at all. She never even met him. No, she's never met him. So it's like, that's a stupid thing to say. Honestly, it's like, well, because one of your parents who you've never met is bad. That means you're bad. Moving on. Izzy goes over to Hotel de Mort to ask Simon's advice about what happens at a bachelor party. And Izzy was flirting with him. I'm like, oh. And Simon had that dopey grin on his face. Yeah. Closest Izzy moment we're probably going to get for a while. They're too cute. Love them. Such an odd pairing, but it works. Anyway. Something about, Simon's basically telling her that, like, as long as you have your close friends and booze, you know. So, but it's like, when he initially told her, like, what happens at bachelor parties, Izzy had this, like, look on her face, like, I'm not gonna do that. But Simon tried to make her feel better. That was so sweet. Oh, and for the quickest haunting ever, Wagner's haunting Magnus. Which I kind of found, those scenes were kind of amusing, actually. I'm just finding a lot of amusing stuff in this one. Okay, next. Oh, Magnus is talking about how Camille broke his heart, and Wagner disappears and he thinks about calling Alec but doesn't. Izzy sets Alec and Jace up so they'll talk. And Jace is like about to walk away and he's like, oh, damn it, Izzy, she sets all up and Jace feels like he should, you know, listen to his sister and talk to Alec. And then they talk at, this peeved me off majorly. Like, Jace was apologizing left and right and down the middle. I don't think Jace had any reason to apologize. I know some people will disagree with me on that, but I don't. Jace didn't do anything intentionally to hurt anybody. He would never do that. Alec intentionally stabbed everybody who loves him in the back for his stupid little plan. He knew it would hurt them and he still did it anyway. He didn't even try to think of another way to do it. Did he talk to Jace and Izzy before he said this whole plan of motion? No. If Lydia's supposed to be so smart, how come she went along with it? I don't think Jace had anything to do, because he is not psychic. He can't know that, you know, the cup would be needed to help set free Isabel, so I honestly don't think Jace had anything to apologize for, because Alec is the one that's been making bad decision after bad decision after bad decision, like, almost all season. He's the one that owes everybody a humongous apology. Which he did apologize. I don't think he quite apologized enough, because if it was me, I'd go, no. I'd forgive if they gave me an earnest, real, honest apology, and they promise not to do what they did again. Otherwise, I'm like, nope, I'm not talking to you until you... I think Jace, I don't care if they're parabatai and they're brothers and all that. If my brother treated me like that, I would want an honest to God, sincere apology. I wouldn't be just like, oh, well, we're siblings, so I have to forgive you. No, you don't. I think Jace is too forgiving. Too quickly, anyway. And, then Alec and Jace are sitting, I think, on a bed. For sure. It's like, I kissed her, I wanted her, I was falling in love. Oh, I didn't think that was going to affect me that much. Jace, first time he says he was falling for Clary, and oh, gosh. And Jace thinks he's, like, sick in the head because he still feels things for her. Maybe that's your, gut telling you that this is BS. I'm sorry, I'm just really passionate about these characters and the books and stuff. Sorry. Alec and Jace make up, which I'm happy for, because I'd rather they be getting along than fighting, but anyway, Alec asks Jace to stand up for him at the wedding, and then we go back to Wagner haunting Magnus again, like he came back to haunt him again. Excuse me. And Wagner teases Magnus about his musical skills and about Masu and Masu, yeah. Which is a reference to a story that was told in the Bane Chronicles, which I need to finish those along with the Shadowhunter Academy ones. I haven't read all of them yet. Anyway, side note. He was so much better looking than you, and Mags just gives him that dirty look. And, Wagner's basically telling him if he's found love, that he should fight for it. He is fighting! The other half is not fighting! So, Magnus can only do so much. Then we fast forward to the wedding. Oh my god, the look in Jace's eyes when he was looking at Claire was like, oh my god, it broke my heart, seriously. Oh god. It's like they're drawn to each other, like they were since they met. They just have always been drawn to each other. It's like... And, Simon and Clary hug, and then Simon having the maturity level of a 5-year-old gives Jace a look like, just because she's not with Jace at the moment doesn't mean she's automatically going to get with you. Oh, gosh. Anyway. And then when Izzy walks down the aisle, Simon was checking her out. I saw that. So saw it, but... I think Lydia looked really, really pretty. As did Isabel and Clary. And then there's a jewelry exchange between Lydia and Alex. It's like, they just exchanged runes and some words. Why change it? I don't know. Oh, and then right before Lydia's gonna apply the wedding rune, or yeah, the rune to Alec, Magnus shows up. And who do you think invited him? Isabel. Because of what Simon said earlier about having people who truly care about them, you know, at the wedding. Sneaky, she, oh my god, good one, Isabel. I wanted to, like, high five her or fist bump her or something. Don't know if she would know what either of those were, but, you know. And then, I'm sorry, my nose is itching. This video is going to need so much editing. And then, you know, Maris is like, oh, what are you doing here, Warlock? You know, blah, blah, blah. And Mag's like, this is between me and your son. If you want, I'll leave if he wants me to. If you go, Magnus, stand up. Well, you so fucking shit. Anyway. Oh, and then Alex having like this, before he sees Magnus, I think. Pretty sure. He's like practically having a panic attack. He's like having trouble breathing and stuff. And Lydia's trying to help him. And then he's like, he sees Magnus, he's like, I can't do this. Which he should have said all along. And Lydia she was just so great through the whole thing, honestly. And she says, she tells him she'll be fine. And Alec starts walking towards Magnus, and Maris tries to stop him. He's like, enough. And then Alec, this is such an un-Alec thing for him to do. He grabs Magnus and just kisses him. I know Max was like happy, but also extremely shocked at the same time. And the reactions from everybody was freaking hilarious. I mean, Simon wins the best reaction award for the episode because his reaction was, oh my gosh, it was just, I loved it. Simon just had the best reaction to the whole thing. And let's see. And then Max tells him, you never cease to amaze me. Like, even though he always calls him Alexander, but anyway. And Izzy tells him, I'm so proud of you. And Simon geeks out about the whole movie reference thing. And, Alex says, who invited the vampire? And Simon's like, seriously? He's tired of, like, all the vampire hate. He's still Simon's, like, stop it. And then Jace thanks Lydia, and she says she'll go back to Idris and just dive back into work. He says there's no place for her here. And Jace, earlier he just thought she was the mole, and now he's like saying, oh, there'll always be a place for you here. What? Did I hear wrong earlier, or am I hearing wrong now? I don't know. Then she says, give Alec and Magnus my best. And Clary walks up afterwards and asks about how Lydia's doing or what she will be doing. And Jay says she'll be fine. And Jace was telling Clary about how, you know, after what Alec just did, that he realized that he can't, like, shut her out, but he doesn't know how to deal with all of this. He's just really messing with his mind and with his heart. And Max is like, contrary to what Alec might think, I didn't come here just for him. But you're awful glad you did, huh? So they go to this room, and Magnus shows like all Wagner's stuff that might be helpful in finding what they need. Grr. I'm just growling at my paperwork. And And then Clary finds this bookmark that, and tells him where she saw it and why she thinks it might help. And Jace goes to reach for it so they can track, you know, the bookmark back to the book so they can find out where it is. Oh yeah, I kind of mentioned that earlier about Camille having it. I'm batting 1,000 with these videos. Like, oh gosh, so sorry. And then Max swats his hand away. He's like, Warlock Kraken's stronger. The next scene is somebody stealing a cup because Lydia's grabbing it to take it back to Idris with her. Hopefully Lydia will be okay. I hope. Almost done, almost done, almost done, almost done. The next scene is Clary and Jace in her room, I think. Yeah, her room. Because they're like never in Jace's room for some reason. Well, hardly in Jace's room. And Clary shows him the box, which is supposed to be his box. And Jace thinks there's darkness in him. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember this from the books. Like, oh, can we just get close? Nope. Oh, and then another thing, this is total crap. Jace saying that his name is Jonathan Christopher. No, it's not. Oh my gosh, we all know Clary's real brother. Sorry for spoilers, but her real brother is named Jonathan Christopher. Jace's name is just Jace. That's how it was in the book. His name wasn't Jonathan, unless I'm forgetting something. Because I'm pretty sure his name is just Jace. But then when the whole incest bombshell thing was in the book, he's going, oh, Jace must be for Jonathan Christopher. It's like, but he never thought that was his name beforehand. Unless I'm terribly wrong, but I don't think I am. Hope not. And he's like, I don't know who I am anymore. And he said he was tempted to go with Valentine through that portal when they found him at Chernobyl. He thinks he belongs with him. And Claire tells him that he's a good man, which he is. What makes sense out of all of this, I promise. And then we flash forward to back to Alec and Magnus. And Alec is just glad to be, away from all those, from the crowd, and just him and Magnus having a, just them being alone for a moment. And then his parents, the Lightwoods, come in, and of course Maris is acting like it, calling him, either you're like, being selfish or naive. I'm going, no, it's called following your heart. And if you knew your husband at all, you would know that he never wanted to be with you anyway. Yeah, spoiler for, in case you haven't, read the Shadowhunters Academy stories. That's not much of a spoiler because Robert's not even a main character, so. And Maris, of course, is being a typical witch as usual, and Robert's being more understanding and asks if it's love, and Max comes to the rescue because Alex just stumbling over his words, and he's saying, oh, this is all new. And then they talk about going on their first date, and then we flash forward to Luke is talking to Jocelyn. I don't know, why is this potion you think it would be a temporary thing, but it's I know in the books they had to do something in order to wake her up all this and go, this is the longest lasting potion ever. Then Hodge comes in and asks how she's doing in the office to watch Jocelyn so Luke can go home and rest. And then Hodge has this ring that all of a sudden has this magical calling device where he can talk to a projection of Valentine. And of course, just like in the books, he wants to make a deal with Valentine, give Valentine the cup in order for Valentine to lift this thing off of Hodge, because, you know, he was punished by having to stay in this big, huge institute with all the amenities that you would ever need. Excuse me. So I don't see how much of a punishment. It's not like he's locked in a hut with and just fed bread and water every day. I mean, anyway. And one, how could Valentine help? That's why I never got in the books. Like, why? Valentine's not a warlock or anything. How in the bloody hell? And he's not a member of the Clave, so how in the world could he help? And one, even if he could, and for another, even if he could, why would he? He doesn't help anybody but himself. So, yeah, Hodge, let's stab all the people in the back who have trusted you all these years just in the chance that you might be able to leave the Institute. And Valentine walks up to him and says, "A deal is a deal." Yeah, I don't trust him, and we all know why. Anyway, that was my lovely, well put together video of my thoughts, feelings, and everything about the episode 12 Malec. I'm sorry. I want to do every week. I tell myself I'm going to do a better job, and every week I don't. I'm sorry. So good night and peace.